joined in studio by Jim Spain, who is representing Olivet Christian Church, and he is here to talk about their big annual barbecue dinner. How are you, Jim?
I'm doing well.
It is good to see you.
It's always a pleasure. Appreciate all you do for our community. Really
Thank you so much,
yes,
Jim.
ma'am.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Yep.
So, I mean, I know this is a big deal out of Olivet.
It is a big deal, and it's been a big deal since we started 67 years ago.
Wow.
And we've never missed a year.
Never.
Never. We have navigated through some pretty disruptive weather and had to relocate on the fly. And even during the pandemic, we switched from the big tent and folks having the choice of coming in to eat or picking it up and taking it home. So we went to just pick up, to take out. And we still, that's the only option still today, because it just seems to work best for everybody to be able to come by. And traditionally, Olivet had mutton on the menu.
Yes.
Right? And that goes way back to the start, where the farmers in Harg, Missouri, which is where Olivet is located out east on WW Highway, they would actually raise the sheep and butcher the sheep. And so the mutton was home-raised mutton. Well, then it became difficult to resource home-raised sheep. So we switched to leg of lamb. And now the prices don't make it very economical for us to use it as a fundraiser and make it affordable for the folks who enjoy Olivet Christian Church BBQ. So
Understood.
yeah. So June the 14th from 3 to 6.
June 14th from 3 to 6.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can drive through.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell us what we can expect when we drive through.
So we're using the same barbecue sauce recipe that was used the first year, 67 years ago, for the chicken barbecue.
My goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody has kept that recipe.
And that is central to the tradition of the Olivet barbecue. It's been a tradition passed down over generations. The kids in the church are very actively involved in doing the barbecue, helping put the meals together, helping cook the food, whether it's the string beans and potatoes or the chicken itself. The kids have always been a big part. I remember my kids working at the barbecue, and what a highlight it was for them to participate in it. So it's multi-generational. The other unique thing or feature of the Olivet barbecue, AC, is that it's really a community event. That we have a lot of folks who don't belong to Olivet, who don't come to Olivet, but are there on Barbecue Saturday to help cook the chicken and help pack the meals and so and that speaks to the history and the tradition and heritage of Olivet Christian Church out in eastern Boone County.
Clearly it does. And you were just telling me an interesting story about how you and your wife came to the church because you heard about the barbecue.
We heard about the barbecue when we were attending church in Radford, Virginia. And a former faculty member of the Sinclair School of Nursing had moved to the School of Nursing at Radford University, and we were going to the same church. And I asked her about churches in Columbia, Missouri, and she said, Olivet, and they have this amazing barbecue. So I knew about the barbecue before I'd ever found Olivet Christian Church.
That's an amazing thing.
It is.
And what year was that?
That would have been, we moved to Columbia in 1989 and in December, and attended church at Olivet for the first time in January of 1990.
That's amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Amazing.
We've been blessed. We've been fortunate.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And so on Saturday, June 14th, from 3 to 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody in Columbia, anybody who's listening, can drive through.
Right.
And they can get one of these amazing meals with that traditional barbecue sauce.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now, and we encourage folks to buy tickets in advance.
Okay.
Because that allows us to plan our meals so that we don't want to end up with a lot of leftover food.
Understood.
Although we try to repurpose that food and get it out to folks in the community who can use the food. But what we're trying, it's a fundraiser.
Yes.
And we're trying to make money.
Yes.
And half of the money is going out to the Opportunity Campus, which is a voluntary action committee, or voluntary action center, organization or initiative for the homeless here in Columbia. And we're real excited about the work that they're doing. So half of the proceeds will be dedicated to support that community service, and then half of the proceeds we use in the church to support our ministry.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And so you guys, do you know about how many meals you normally send out?
We're going to serve about 2,000 plus or minus a couple of hundred. And we really appreciate the folks who continue to support our community barbecue.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine that you get the repeat.
Oh, we've got people who've never missed.
Oh, absolutely.
And we've had people, when we were doing the in-person under the big tent, we had people who'd come in from out of state that weekend to visit their family here in Columbia, Missouri, but so that they could go to the Olivet barbecue.
Of course.
Yeah, it's special.
Yeah, that's that tradition. People know that's my weekend.
That's my weekend.
That's my weekend to come to Olivet Barbecue. Yeah. Okay, so people can find you. What's the website for the church?
OlivetChristian.org.
Yes, people can find you at OlivetChristian.org, and I imagine they can buy tickets there.
They can buy, the advance tickets are $15.
Okay.
If something comes up, you didn't think you were going to be able to make it, show up at the door. We can still sell you a ticket, just a little more expensive at $17.
All right, that sounds good to me. Jim, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for all you do.
Welcome to your Be Well moment by Burrow Behavioral Health. Our brains are pretty amazing and can have multiple different emotions at the same time. Take a moment to think about how you're feeling right now. You don't have to pick just one emotion. Maybe you're both excited and overwhelmed about something new. Or you might feel sad about losing someone and grateful for the time you spent together. Remember, our feelings change all the time. When we notice and name our emotions without judging them, we can understand ourselves better and figure out what we might need.